Good evening. I'm Eric,
And I'm Eric.
and we're Eric's Drink Whiskey.
Happy Independence Day, Eric. How are you doing, man?
Happy Independence Day to you as well. I'm doing great.
All right. Thank you, everybody who have joined us today. What better way to celebrate the spirit of America than with America's own native spirit, Kentucky Mofo Bourbon. Bourbon, Kentucky Bourbon. This is Kentucky Bourbon, and that's what we're drinking. New Riff Kentucky Bourbon. It's actually a new riff on how we're doing things. It's kind of a weird parallel between the two.
So definitely stick around as we chat and sip some of this great Kentucky whiskey. Hey there, and thanks again for joining us. I'm Eric Miller, and with me always is my good friend and partner in this crazy adventure, Eric Simpson. Eric, how are you doing, my friend?
I am drunk on you and high on summertime. No hashtag to Luke Bryan. Oh, I'm doing great, buddy. I am doing really well.
Fantastic. Have y'all had a good fourth down there?
Yeah. It's been okay. Yeah, we've it's just been hotter than death, and been shooting off smoke bombs with the boys. That's been fun. Colored smoke to a three-year-old and a 2-year-old has been interesting to say the least.
So, what we got tonight, Eric?
Well, it looks like we are drinking New Riff Kentucky Straight Bourbon bottled in bond. And that, my friend, is a distillery out of Newport, Kentucky. It is a straight bourbon. They're also bottled in bond. I believe they have a couple other expressions. What do you think?
Yeah, so as you guys know, if you tuned into last week's mini episode where I talked some craft whiskey, I'm a huge fan. And New Riff is just that. They are a craft distillery. They're founded in 2014. In addition to this that we're going to be talking tonight, they've got a cask strength of this very same straight bourbon. They also have a straight rye, a cask strength of that rye. And they've also got a gin out there floating around as well.
They ruined their portfolio by putting gin in it.
Speak for yourself. I like a little gin every now and then.
Because you're secretly 90 and play golf.
Yes, to both of those, actually.
All right. So before we go any further, just kind of like a little disclaimer here. Eric and I bought this New Riff bottle with our own money. New Riff did not supply us with this, and neither did a store or distributor. So this is our honest to God opinion, and it will not be influenced by any other ways. So, like I said, this is from our pockets, and that's how we're going to roll with it. So let's get down to business on what makes this particular bourbon a little bit unique. So we did say it was bottled in bond. For those who were on the last episode, that was 100 proof for bottled and bond, aged at least 4 years old. And I do believe this is age stated at 4 years old. I think it says distilled.
Says it right on the back of the bottle. Yeah. Oh, and I've actually got a distilled date on my label up here at the neck. What do you got? I've got fall 2015.
Right.
Oh, what a coinkydink.
Cute.
So
mash bill on this particular one is 60% corn, 30% whole. That's all right. 5% malted barley, non-chill filtered, and the price is $40, $39.99. That's where we got it at in Florida. We didn't have to go searching for it too crazily. I don't think there's any big markup on this from what I've seen.
No, and I tend to stick to our kind of bigger box liquor stores just so I can be sure what I'm getting at retail. So and they've always got this in stock. So Eric mentioned the rye being a little on the high side. He and I will talk mash bills later on down the road. But what rye does is it gives you that nice pepper flavor, some of those floral notes. And I think as we go through this, we'll definitely see that some of those are definitely present. So again, mash bills will be on down the road and what that means for the flavor of the whiskey that you're drinking. So be sure to keep up with us, and we'll announce that when it happens. Well, I've had mine poured for a little bit, letting it open up. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get some tasting done.
Tell me what you got there, brother man.
So I definitely get rye on the nose right off the bat. It's got a nice, bright floral kind of berry nose to it. Good bit of vanilla in there as well. Just actually a really nice nose. And again, this has been opening up for about 10 minutes. So that's about kind of primo for what we can expect. That's right. I get just a hint of oak on that nose too. Just a little bit. Looks like we got Ellie the whiskey dog coming to join us. Jump up there, Ellie Mae. You're good. Wow. That is really nice. Not at all really what you would expect from a high rye bourbon. I think Four Roses when I think high rye. And the flavors I get from them are really berry forward, really kind of floral forward. This has a nice, really sweetness up front, kind of some brown sugar and vanilla notes, just a hint of that floralness and berry. Really has a little bit of kind of that peppery on the finish, kind of on the back of your palate. A little bit of that tannin. Kind of after you've swallowed and you're kind of mulling it over, you can actually taste the rye grain a little bit. Almost tastes like a loaf of rye bread there on the end.
Gotta get a Kentucky hug out of that first sip.
Get that out of the way. This is really nice.
Yeah, echo a little bit what you said. I got a lot of malt on the nose, almost like a I'm not gonna say Cheerios. I want to say it's like I don't like it tastes like a very like a sugary Kix mixed with just I don't know, just straight ethanol.
Okay.
Those wise, I have some apples. Almost like a real crisp Washington Red Delicious apple.
Oh yeah, I get that. Yep, I did not peg that, but you are right on the money there.
Some pear, a little bit. I got a weird raisiny note with this, and I usually don't get that with stuff that's 4 years old.
Usually only get that with wheaters or wheat and barley mixes.
Right. A lot of fruit on this. This is it's indicative of having high rise to it. I'm not gonna pick rye in a corner that you're always gonna get floral and fruity, but yeah, I got a lot of fruit with this. It's not really grassy at all. It's more herbaceous, I guess. There's something under there.
Yeah, the nose on this is just straight what you would 100% expect from a high rye. But the flavor to me just is not. That's a really nice drinker.
Okay, there's a rye.
Okay, so you get it in yours.
I hit the rye on mid palate. I got a big blend of like rye and like allspice.
kind of right on the middle of your tongue as it's going down. Yep.
I got a little bit of smoke with this, and not off-puttingly. It's almost like
It's there. It's just kind of, it's a
almost like
whisper.
we were Boy Scouts. It's like right after you put out the fire, and like the next morning, it's still kind of a little smoldering there. I get it's a little bit of that char. I get with that, but it's just nothing but butterscotch. There's some butterscotch, some caramel.
It's a nice, to me, sweet drinker with enough of that rye spice to kind of offset it and not make it so sickly sweet that you can't drink it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's not. I've had some expressions that were. They were maple syrupy, and they taste really good. Like I'm not knocking that flavor profile, but like I would have multiple drinks of this and feel okay. Those syrup bombs, I guess you could say, just weren't. That's a hitter quitter type of deal.
I accidentally drank all my samples, so I'm going to pour some more. It wasn't on accident.
Yeah, more vanillas, vanilla, honey, and butterscotch. I don't get really too big of dark notes, but I will say this though, I would not have pegged this at 4 years old.
Yeah,
I would have pegged this about kind of in the 6 to 8 range.
I can definitely see that. I think they've done a really good job with this to make this drink older than it is. And really, in my opinion, and I don't know if it's yours, make this drink a hell of a lot higher than $40.
Oh yeah. I know they don't make an offering sub 100 proof, but I'm gonna add a little bit of water just to see what this does to it.
And if you'll bear with me, I'll go get my water as well. Eric, you're a little more whiskey savvy than I am. What exactly is it that adding a couple of drops of water to this does?
It'll bring out some of the flavors that are hiding under the alcohol. So when you're dropping it down with water, it'll mask a lot of those big bold flavors and bring out a little more of the top notes, I guess you could say.
I get actually just dropping the water in. I almost get a tobacco on the nose, just a very faint, kind of that sweet earthiness, very, very faint.
Yeah, I'm getting I get a little tobacco, but I would say it's like a cigar. Like if someone just took a cigar box, like as soon as they took the cigars out of it, I
Right.
smell kind of tobacco. I smell kind of the cedar from the box.
Yeah, that water really opens it up. Get a lot of that sweetness in there. That's
a honey bomb with the water that toned the rye down a bit.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of liked it without the water.
Oh, I will.
I'm a high rye guy though.
I liked it without the water. But for someone that's afraid of the 100 proof moniker, adding a drop of water of this will make this drink all night. Now, on the nose when I was smelling it, I gave it like a 2.5. I'm not big into the fruits on whiskeys that much. It wasn't off-putting. It just kind of wasn't my jam. The palate though, I gave, and we're going out of 5 for those listening and watching. At the palate, I gave it a 4. I thought everything from front, mid to back was phenomenal. The finish was a 4 and delicious. Uniqueness, definitely a 4. Because this is a 4-year-old product from a craft distillery, I would have never pegged that. I would have pegged this at an 8-year-old bourbon. Some of the big boys, and I would have been comfortable with paying about $60 for this. Value for the bourbon, I'll give it a 4 just because this is about $40 and it drinks way above its age and its dollar point. For overall, it's about a 3.8, 3.9 out of 5. So not bad at all. What do you think?
I'll echo Eric's scoring, except I love the nose on high rye bourbons. I love the fruit. I love the floral. I love the spice. Everything else holds true. So my score is going to round up a little closer to the 4.5 range. So, no, this was a good one. I'm pleased as punch with this. So that's all we've got for tonight, guys. We hope you've had a safe and happy 4th of July. We thank you for winding down with us here. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit the little bell button that's going to be on the page as well, just so you can be notified of when we drop additional content. To keep up with what Eric and I are drinking, where we're going, or get notified of when we're going to have new content coming out, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Eric's Drink Whiskey. Thanks so much for joining us, and until next time, cheers.